Started this class early and it was all off. Bear with me one sec. Start. I don't know why I don't see it. Bear with me one sec, yo. As I prepare to put in the sign. All right, here we go. Here we go. Shalom, bear with me one sec. Bear with me. If you got any questions, type them in. I'm about to put in the sign-in sheet. Get a quick share on. All right, if you got a question, type it on in. Or put it like this: Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, third to all my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Elatah Hashem to all my sisters. This is the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And what we do, we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native people that they are God's true and only chosen people. And as being God's true and only chosen people, come with a responsibility to follow the law, which dictates us to love one another. And as you are being dictated to love one another, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't come with a date. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers and sisters were celebrating a holiday yesterday, and that's only because they were celebrating because the white man said so. They were only celebrating their mother because the white man said so. They could have did it any point of the year. They could have celebrated Mother's Day at any point. They could have celebrated their mother at any point, but they're celebrating it because the white man dictates for them to celebrate it on that day. And it's against our tradition. It's against our laws to make a day that's not of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's outside of celebrating what the Lord dictates us to celebrate is against us. I mean, you could give your mother a gift any time of the year. Any time of the year, you could have gave your mother a gift, but you decided to give her a gift on that day. Davion, you decided to give her a gift on that day. Why? Because he told you to. The rest of the year, you just showing your mother all types of disrespect. She asked you for some money not too long ago. You said, no, I'm broke. You suck up, gave her all types of attitude. You know what I'm saying? And that's That's not what we're supposed to do as a people. Yes, we are supposed to honor our parents. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to honor our parents. But the way this world is designed, we don't honor them. We don't love them. We don't do what they say. Your mother tells you to do that and do this, and you huff and puff. And you get grown, you start talking about you're grown now. Your mother didn't tell you to sell drugs, but you decided to sell drugs. Your mother didn't tell you to become a stripper, but you decided to become a stripper. Know why? Because you didn't love your mother and her rules. You love the world more. And today we're going to get into all of that. So if you got any questions, pop them on in. We're going to get into the history of Mother's Day and why us as Black, Hispanic, and Native people should not participate in it. You know what I'm saying? So pop in your questions. You know what I'm saying? How we going to do this? First we're going to go to hold on. Where my notes at? Here they go. First, we're going to go to Exodus 20 and 12. We're going to go to Exodus 20 and 12. Let me type that in there. Let me tell you what the Lord says, how we're supposed to treat our mother. You know what I'm saying? I put it in the chat just in case y'all want to see it so y'all could follow along. You know what I'm saying? But Exodus 20, verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother. What does it mean to honor thy father and thy mother? What does that mean? Does that mean put them on a pedestal? What does that mean? No, that means treat them and give them back what they gave you. You know what I'm saying? When you wasn't able to wipe your behind because you was a baby, guess what? They're going to go through a period like that when they older. Guess what? Wipe their behind. Take care of them. Feed them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go through an old age just like you went through your young age. Take care of them. See, our oppressors and our enemies don't do that. They stick their family in nursing homes. This is our culture. And we ain't supposed to be putting our parents in nursing homes. We ain't supposed to be doing none of that. We're supposed to take care of them. Keep them in that house. Take care of them. Feed them. Make sure they got a roof over their head. Communicate with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to go through all types of pain when they're older. They're going to lose memory. They're going to go through all types of hell. They don't need you adding to it by not showing them the love that they gave you. Yeah, you might have all types of problems with your parents, but so what? Get over it. You are who you are today because of what they did. You know what I'm saying? If your mother didn't choose to lay with your father, you wouldn't be here this day. You know what I'm saying? So whatever problems you got with your parents, get over it and honor them properly. Not because your oppressor says this is the day when you're supposed to do it. If you want to give your mother a gift, go ahead. Today, I mean, yesterday's the day I deliberately don't give no gift to nobody. Nobody. But it says, honor thy mother and thy father. Let's continue. That thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Know why? Because when you are older, you are susceptible to the things of this world. You are more susceptible. You see these old people getting all types of abused in these nursing homes, old people getting killed, old people going through mad diseases. It's COVID, man. This COVID was a thing for them. If they had their family there to take care of them, this wouldn't be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So you take care of your parents and prolonging their days, guess what? Your days will be prolonged too, because your kids will do that for you. Your kids will help you when you ain't able to help yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't able to chew because you ain't got no teeth, guess what? Your kids gonna mash up your food for you. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't able to clean yourself, your kids gonna clean you. Your day's gonna be prolonged. Because if you ain't able to do it yourself and you don't have no kids, you have nobody, you are susceptible. You are a target. You are likely to die in this hell that we are in today. You know what I'm saying? Let's get with it. Which the Lord giveth thee. Let's drop that. Let's get Deuteronomy 5 and 16, which says the same thing. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. See, this is a commandment from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Christians like to bring up the Ten Commandments. That's literally up there. That's literally, I think it's the second commandment, according to them. Honor thy mother and thy father. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, did you really honor your mother and thy father? You think some flowers is a way to honor her, a box of chocolate, cooking for her and all that? You think that's an actual way to honor her when you're going to disrespect her and ignore her the rest of the year? You think that's an actual way to honor your parents? Nah. Let's continue. That thy days may be prolonged and that it may go well with thee. This is a good thing to do. This is a good thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Is to take care of your mother and your father, to honor your mother and your father, show them love. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing to do. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with showing your parents love and affection. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that we are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are supposed to. It's literally our tradition. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why we are the way we are today, because the simple fact is we don't honor those traditions. We don't honor those things. We don't honor our elders. That's why we are lost. That's why our history is lost. You know what I'm saying? That's why most of y'all don't even know y'all who your great grandparents are. Because the older is being ignored. The older ain't being honored. And this is literally our tradition to honor our mother and our fathers. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let's drop that. Let's get hold on, where that? Hold on, where that? Hold on. Bear with me one sec, y'all. Hold on. Let's go to let's go to Jeremiah 10 and 2. Let me type that in there for you. Let me type that in there for y'all. That went in there all wrong. If you got any questions, type them on in. But we in Jeremiah 10 and 2 right now. Slock, you bear with me one sec. Let me get rid of this real quick. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. What does that mean, not to learn the way of the heathen? And why am I bringing this up on Mother's Day? Let me tell you. Mother's Day is a way of the heathen. This is their day. This is their day when they turn their gods, their goddesses, start ordering their goddesses, you know what I'm saying, calling them mothers and everything. And in turn, you end up honoring your mother to honor their gods and goddesses. That's what you're doing on this day. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that history a bit too. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into it a bit. Bear with me. We're going to get into that too. ISUPK.com. It's been updated. March 12th was the last time it was updated. And it was originally posted in April 29th, 2011. All right, Mother's Day, history.com. All right, read it with me. Mother's Day is a holiday honoring motherhood that is observed in different forms throughout the world. In the United States, Mother's Day 2020 occurs on Sunday, May 10th, the American incarceration, bang, bang. Mother's Day was created by Anna Jarvis, who is a white woman, researcher. Anna Jarvis in 1908 and became an official U.S. holiday in 1914. Jarvis would later denounce the holiday's commercialization and spent the latter part of her life trying to remove it from the calendar. Now, the woman that created it didn't even want it to become a U.S. holiday because America has a thing where it likes to commercialize and make money off of anybody's so-called enjoyment, and that's what they did. They took Mother's Day, printed up cards. They found ways to make money off of it. When Anna Jarvis made it, it was supposed to be a day that you honor your mother, you spend time with her, take her out to eat, you know what I'm saying, cook for her, you know what I'm saying, just honor your mother, spending time. But America had to make it a holiday so they can make money, like America always does. But it gets a little deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little deeper than that. We about to get back into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop down to the next section called History of Mother's Day. Now let's continue. While dates and celebrations vary, Mother's Day traditionally involves presenting moms with flowers, cards, and other gifts. That's how they honor their parents, because the simple fact is they don't know how to really honor their parents. We remember growing up when these kids, there used to be a thing where we used to tease white kids about how they treat their mothers, how they just, you know what I'm saying, screw you, mom. Just cussing their mothers out in all types of forms and fashions. You know what I'm saying? Swearing at their mothers, disrespecting them, beating them upside their heads. That's their way of doing it. And they try to clean it up by giving their mother cards and gifts on that one day. But let's get into the history of it. Celebrations of Mother's Day and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans, who held festivals in honor of their mother goddesses, Rhea and Cybele. Now, y'all hear that, right? Mother's Day was literally a day to worship their goddesses, Rhea and Cybele. So that's what you're literally doing when you celebrate Mother's Day. You're putting your mother on a level of a goddess, and in doing so, you are actually celebrating their goddess. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it a little further. You know what I'm saying? But the clearest modern precedent of Mother's Day is the early Christian festival known as Mothering Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Mothering Sunday. Once a mother, once a major tradition in the United Kingdom and parts of the in parts of Europe, this celebration fell on the fourth Sunday in Lent. It was originally seen as a time when the faithful would return to their mother church, the main church in the vicinity of their home, for a special service. Now, now you got their churches involved. You got their fake Roman and Greek goddesses, and now you got their churches involved. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, we're gonna get into it a little deeper. But now we understand why it's a way of a heathen. Why it's a way of a heathen, because the simple fact is they are out there celebrating their Roman gods and goddesses and having you partaking in the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? Have you partaken in the same thing too, while you are none the wiser. But let's get a little more into it. Hold on, where that? Bear with me one sec. Let's get into some of these gods that you worshipped yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do Wikipedia. All right, let's go into it. Let's go into the people who created this. Let's go to the Greeks and speak about how they did it. All right, history of Mother's Day. In the Greek city Times, the tradition of celebrating mothers and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans who held festivals in honor of the mother goddesses Rhea and Cybele. However, the clearest modern, hold on, that's saying the same exact thing. This ain't it. Bear with me. Bear with me. This ain't what I was looking for. This is not what I was looking for. Can't think I found it. Yep, this is it. This is it right here. All right, celebration of Mother's Day in ancient Greece. You know what I'm saying? By the Greek Reporter. Ancient Greeks had a lot of respect for the mothers and honored her accordingly as the life giver centuries before Mother's Day was celebrated in the West. Mother Earth, Gaia, wife of Uranus, was the personification of nature that gives birth to everything, and she was worshipped as the ultimate deity. Gaia was the ultimate deity in their theology. You know what I'm saying? She was Mother Earth. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me continue. Her worship then passed to her daughter Rhea. Then they started celebrating Rhea, and sister of Kronos, who gave birth to several deities in Greek mythology. Rhea was worshipped as the mother of gods, and ancient Greeks used to celebrate their annual spring festivals to honor Rhea, the goddess of nature and fertility. Because everything, when it comes back to Rome and Greece, everything always relates back to sex. Everything about their culture always um, relates back to some type of perversion. You know what I'm saying? And if you understand this, the history between Ray and Kronos, they were brothers and sisters. They end up having sex multiple times and creating multiple gods. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. So now you got infidelity tied into this. And this is what you celebrate every Mother's Day. This is what you celebrate every Mother's Day. You're celebrating all types of Roman and Greek gods, and you are also celebrating incest. You're also celebrating incest, which is their culture. That is literally their culture. You know what I'm saying? Ancient Romans also celebrated a spring festival by the name of Hilaria in honor of Mother Goddess Cybele. See, the Romans did the same thing because you know Romans is basically the Greeks' younger brother. You know what I'm saying? They had the same culture, same mythology, just under different names. You know what I'm saying? Later, Christian Greece honored the mother associated with the feast of, I ain't gonna pronounce that. The Orthodox Church celebrates the day the Virgin Mary, with Joseph, took the 40-day-old Jesus to temple to be blessed. Now, this is what the Christian Church did. If you study every holiday, the Christian Church would tie every holiday or every event, put like this, they'll take pagan events, pagan holidays, and tie in biblical events and call it a holiday. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they did with Christmas. That's what they do with all types of holidays they have. You know what I'm saying? They like to tie in biblical events into their pagan worship and call it a holiday. That's how they got so many pagans to join Christianity. That's how they were able to defeat paganism, by compromising with paganism. And that's something that in the ISUPK we don't do. We do not compromise, period. You know what I'm saying? Compromising is what destroys any stability that you have. Stand on what you know. Christians, they had to compromise. They had to. And that's why you got days like Mother's Day. That's why you got Holy Mother Mary. Holy Mother Mary is no different than Gaia, no different from Rhea. Somebody that these white people want to celebrate, involved in their little sexual lust and all types of other madness. And you are tied right into it. You are right along with it. You know what I'm saying? But let's get more on it. I'm going to continue reading. However, in the 1960s, the celebration of the Bapti lost its popularity, and Greeks started honoring the mother on the second Sunday of May as the rest of the West. So now, instead of celebrating their celebration, they joined in with the West. You know what I'm saying? They did it on the same day the West did it, which is the same way you do it. You're doing it because your master tells you to. America runs the world. So you're going to celebrate what we celebrate when we tell you to celebrate it. And that's what y'all do every Sunday. Y'all give up that money and go fund all types of white supremacy in honor of your mother, which is actually a Roman and Greek god. You know what I'm saying? The modern celebration of Mother's Day was established in the 20th century and comes from the American women's movement. So it definitely comes from feminism. Definitely comes from feminism, which the black community suffered from. The black community suffered by being led by women. You know what I'm saying? Definitely suffered. Anna Marie Rivas Jarvis organized the first time in 1865, the Mother's Friendship Day. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop down a bit. No, that's it on that. That was it on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to Wikipedia a bit too. We're gonna get some into Wikipedia too. Let's get some and see exactly who. Let's get a little more detail on who this Rhea is. You know what I'm saying? Rhea and Theo, which is a website that talks about all the these imaginary gods that exist. Rhea was the Titaness, mother of the gods. We already went over that. You know what I'm saying? Her name means flow and ease. As the wife of Kronos, which is her brother, we read that earlier. Kronos is her brother. How is she married to her own brother? What type of things be going on in these people's minds? These are the people that rule over us today. Incest is on their brain. Their gods are incestuous. Rhea and Kronos are brothers and sisters and husband and wife. Madness. Madness. She presented the eternal flow of time and generation as the great mother. The flow was menstrual blood. That's how they measured time was by the flow. See, this is who they worshipped on Mother's Day. Was menstrual blood. You know what I'm saying? Birth waters and milk. She was also a goddess of comfort and ease, a blessing reflected in the common Homeric phrase, the gods who live at their ease. In the myth, Rhea was the wife of the Titan Kronos and queen of heaven. Ain't that one of the phrases they have for Christ's mother Mary? Ain't that one of the phrases they have for her? Queen of heaven? You know what I'm saying? When her husband heard a prophecy that he would be de- um, deposed by one of his children, he took to swallowing each of them. Because that's what he did. Kronos overtook Zeus, and this is their mythology here. Kronos overtook Zeus, and he was afraid that the same thing was going to happen to him. Zeus is his father, and he was petrified that it was going to happen to him. No, no, Zeus wasn't his father. Zeus was his son. I forgot. This thing is so confusing. It's nothing but madness in their mythology. Nothing but madness. When her husband heard a prophecy that he would be disposed by one of his children, he took to swallowing them as soon as they were born. But Rhea bore her youngest, Zeus, in secret and hid him. You know what I'm saying? Hid him in the cave and everything. That's what they did. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop down. Rhea was closely identified with the Anatolian mother, which means the Romans, you know, Anatolian mother goddess Cybele or Kybele. They were both depicted as matronly mothers, women, usually wearing a turret crown and attended by lions. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They even got the encyclopedia's information up on here. But that's what it is with them. Their mythology that you celebrated yesterday is nothing but full of incest, murder, aka abortions, and and their gods and idol worship. That's what it's filled with, idol worship and all types of other madness. And you spent your money, hopefully, to partake in it ignorantly. You got to do your research on all these holidays. You got to do it. You can honor your mother any type of day of the year, any day of the year. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get back to the scripture. Hold on. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Don't be dismayed. See, that's why the heathen dedicates every holiday they have to some type of pagan worship, because they're dismayed at the signs of heaven. And they believe that doing this will protect them from whatever goes on in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They are dismayed at the signs of heaven. We ain't supposed to be doing that. We're not supposed to be learning their ways, practicing their religions, practicing their own culture, celebrating their holidays, because that's not ours. We have our own list of holidays. We have our own list of celebrations, which is in Leviticus 21, 22, I believe. My bad. We have our own list of holidays. You know what I'm saying? And they're glorious. You know what I'm saying? But people seem to forget that. See, the problem is with our oppression, we end up doing what our oppressors do because we know that we don't have. We know that we are oppressed, and we know that we are damaged and destroyed. So we cling on to whatever they give us, like good slaves do. That's our problem. That's our problem right there. But hold on one second. We're gonna go to another scripture. Amos 5 and 21. Hold on. My bad. Slack it. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, typing it in. That's why. We in Amos 5 and 21. I'm gonna give y'all some time to get there. Amos chapter 5, verse 21. And it reads, I hate, I despise your feast days. Why is the Most High saying he hates and despises these feast days? Because they're not his feast days. He said, I hate and despise your feast days. That means it's something that you created or your enemy created. They're not his feast days. He gave us feast days in Leviticus. We have our days of celebrations. You know what I'm saying? And when we celebrate, we celebrate. Every celebration is like a party. You know what I'm saying? We have one where we cook out for 7 days, chill in the tent, go camping. That's what we do. That's our culture. That's why we're such a communal people, because that's what we do. That's our way. But they want to shame us for our ways. You know what I'm saying? They want to shame us for it. But let's get back to it. I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. What's a solemn assembly? A solemn assembly is something formal. It's like when you get all dressed up, like right before you go to your mama's house, you get all up in a nice suit. Y'all go to whatever church y'all go to in the morning. You spend all day with her. You bring her to a restaurant, buy her flowers, and so forth and so on. That's a solemn assembly. You getting all professional. You got your brothers, your cousins, and who else and whatever. But that is not of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That is not of the Lord. That's not the way the Lord wanted it. Period. You know what I'm saying? And he hates and despises it. A lot of y'all Christians believe that God don't hate. It's saying it right here. He hates and despises your feast days. You know what I'm saying? Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts. And whatever you think that you offering up, thinking that you're doing something good for the, it's it's so godly. You thinking it's so godly and you thinking it's so righteous. No, the Most High is frowning upon it. Because the thing is, you really don't know this book. That's why we are here to teach you. We are here to teach you, literally. So you won't be ignorantly following what Christianity promotes. So you won't be ignorantly following what our oppressor promotes. So you won't be ignorantly following what your enemy promotes. You can follow what our power promotes, our leader, our culture. You know what I'm saying? And our culture is to honor our mothers all year round. All year round. You know what I'm saying? We cook for our mothers randomly, gifting them up, whatever. Not just because he's told us to. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. Salaki, bear with me. Micah chapter 7, verse 6. For the son dishonoreth the father, and the daughter rises up against her mother, the daughter in law against her mother in law, and man's enemies are the men of his own house. What is that telling you? What is that telling you? What is that telling you? Let me explain. You you are forced to celebrate Mother's Day because your mother's shaming you if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be talking bad about you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be looking down on you. If you don't get your mother some flowers and some chocolate, you're gonna be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Know why? Because you're following the laws of God. You start following the laws of God, everybody that's in your house becomes your enemy. It puts everybody against you. You know what I'm saying? It puts everybody against you. So your mother will stand against you. Your mother will look down upon you because you ain't give her no flowers and no chocolate on that day. You know what I'm saying? So she will straight up and down look down on you. She will look at you like you are the lowest thing on this planet. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. It's Salakia. That's not the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? When you honor your mother and your father, even when you're in this truth, when you honor them properly, they won't have no issue with you not celebrating that day. They will at first, but sooner or later, your enemies will be cool with you. They understand. You know what I'm saying? But you following these law statute commandments and they get in their little selfish bag, you will end up You will understand how they are your enemies. You know what I'm saying? You will understand how they are against you. Hold on. We're gonna go somewhere else too. Let's go to Matthew 15:4. Okay, now with this is a great chapter to read up on. You know what I'm saying? Read up on this. It shows you the hypocrisy of Christians. And this is why your family will become your enemy, because they become Christians. But let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Matthew 15:4. For God commanded, saying, honor thy mother and thy father. We read that earlier. It was a commandment that the Most High gave us, to honor thy mother and father. Take care of them when they are in a situation that they can't, take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. And he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. Like a lot of people will curse their father and mother. And that don't mean, putting some voodoo on people. You know what I'm saying? To curse them is to literally like wish bad upon them, or don't wish well, don't do good things for them. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures tells you, you're supposed to honor that mother and that father. And what you end up doing is you end up huffing and puffing when they ask you to do something. You end up what else you end up doing? You end up sucking your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how you talk to your mother? You might say all types of horrible things. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you talk to them. Well, him that cursed father or mother, let him die the death. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ain't playing about that. The way you treat your mother and father is a very important thing, and we all understand that your mother did this, your mother did that. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into it. No matter what they do, you got to honor your mother and father. No matter what they did to you. Period. You got to honor them. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's get into it. But ye say, whatever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift. But whatsoever thou mightest be profited by thee. That means y'all do what y'all do because it profits you. You only giving your mother that gift because you don't want to look bad. You only giving your mother those gifts because you don't want to look like a-hole. You know what I'm saying? When the Most High is straight up and down telling you that you only doing it because it profits you. You ain't doing it because it honors, you know what I'm saying, your mother, your father. Like a lot of people only want they will put their mother and father in a nursing home because the simple fact is it's profitable. You know what I'm saying? To have their mother and father in a nursing home. It's profitable because the simple fact is they don't have to take care of them. They don't have to take on that burden. You know what I'm saying? That's because it's profitable. And that's what heathens do. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. And honor not his father or mother, he shall be free. But have ye made the commandment of God of non-effect by your traditions? Like, you worried about what? Put like this. These are Pharisees and Sadducees that went up against Christ, because Christ and the disciples were eating with their hands and they didn't clean their hands. Cleaning the hand is a tradition of ours, but it's not a law. It's not a law. just like celebrating Mother's Day is a tradition. And you think you're honoring your mother and father by celebrating such a tradition, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're literally not. What you are doing is making God's law of non-effect. Because God's law, what is the purpose of God's law? The purpose of God's law is for us to take care of each other and love each other. And if you're not following God's law, and all you want to do is profit off of it, you know what I'm saying? You are literally making God's law not effect. There's no effect to what you're trying to do. Some people will keep their parents just so they could collect a check from whatever health insurance they got. That's another thing that's out there. They trying to make money. They ain't cleaning their mother or nothing. They just collecting the money. And you call yourself loving your mother. You call yourself loving your mother, which is not the way that God meant for it to be. I understand. Your mother probably was a monster, did this, did that, did that, did this. So what? So what? That's not how you honor. You know what I'm saying? And some of you women out there think that y'all should be honored. Some of y'all think that y'all should be honored on Mother's Day or should be honored, period. Y'all believe y'all should be worshiped just because y'all could do what every other woman. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all even think y'all should be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all should be celebrated even with if you have an abortion. You had abortions, y'all think y'all should be celebrated on such a day, which is just utter madness. Utter madness. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's go to another scripture real quick. This is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Jeremiah. We were just in Jeremiah 2. I'm about to write it in wrong again. Hold on, bear with me. Let's go to Jeremiah 1 and 5. A lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got grandma taking care of the kids, and y'all really want to be called a mother. Y'all ain't wearing these kids, y'all ain't disciplining them, y'all ain't doing nothing, y'all ain't teaching them, y'all ain't doing nothing. But let's get into it. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So this is telling y'all mothers out there, all those babies before he even put them in your belly. The Most High knew those babies. Remember, the sperm is a living cell. It is alive. The sperm swims to the egg. It races other sperm. You know what I'm saying? It is a living cell. So whatever you talking about, just ain't the way it is. Just ain't the way it is. You making up stuff at this point. So just remember, the baby's in your stomach. The Most High knew it before he put them in there, before he formed them in the belly. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So before the Most High put that baby in your stomach, the Most High knew that baby, and that baby could have had a future ahead of it. But due to your selfishness and due to whatever stingy, ugly reason you decided to have that abortion, you know what I'm saying? That is nothing that should give you honor. Like there is a movement right now that honors women that had abortions. I forgot what it was, like stand with, black women or something like that. It literally is prescribed towards black women to keep on promoting abortion. Like right now, they are literally trying to make sure even in this epic of COVID-19 that abortions are still available to be taking place. Like, let me tell you something. Even our state rep or whatever she wants to call herself, Ayanna Presley, she even advocates, even during this pandemic era, even as of right now, she advocates for abortions, which is not just evil and wicked, but during a time like this is unnecessary. It's not needed. It's a waste of resources. You know what I'm saying? That could be allocated in other ways. You know what I'm saying? But they want to ignore all that. They want to ignore all that so they can continue to kill black babies. And as they trying to continue to kill black babies, y'all still want to be worshipped. Y'all still want to be honored. Y'all still want to uphold abortions, which is the very thing that's against you being a mother. The very thing that's against you being a mother. And you want to honor that. You know what I'm saying? Half of you out there got grandma watching the babies anyway, and you still want to be on it. Y'all spend your child support check on all types of hair and nails and what else and so forth. Nothing going to the baby. The baby might get one outfit out of $200 a month. The baby gets one outfit. The rest is going to mommy's hair and nails, so she could go up and club quarantine and twerk a little bit, try to make some more money on OnlyFans or whatever. That does not deserve honor. That does not deserve honor. But due to the Lord's law, your children have to honor you, even through all your wickedness. They don't have to respect you now. They don't have to respect you. Respect is something that you still got to earn, and the only way to earn it is through the law, statutes, and commandments. They do not have to respect you, but they have to take care of you when you're old. They still have to honor you. You know what I'm saying? But even when he formed thee in the belly, he knew that we were prophets. He had even had a job for us. You know what I'm saying? We even had a job ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that was going on. That's one of the things that we had to deal with. And a lot of y'all just straight up and down just don't understand how that is an up and down challenge for us in the black community. It is an up and down challenge for us to even pull away from these heathen celebrations and these heathen festivals that is strictly against our power. And what you don't understand is that you pulling away from it actually makes us stronger as a people. They literally depend on us funding them. That's why we're still slaves. They literally depend on us even funding them. Literally. They won't make this country will not be able to run right if we're not making all the money. If we're not the ones making all the money, this country will be horribly broke. You know what I'm saying? This country would be destroyed. And that's what the Most High doing with this COVID. He's separating us from funding them. I mean, I work in a major pharmacy, which a lot of people go to for their gifting of whatever holiday. It's like one of those last minute type gift points, right? And none of them got any Mother's Day merchandise till the Saturday before Mother's Day. None of them. And I go from store to store to store to store because the Most High is destroying this place. He is destroying it right now. It was hard for you to celebrate Mother's Day. You know how many Black and Hispanic people came to me asking about where the flowers at? Those flowers were going by 2 o'clock. And I was happy they were going because that brother could not celebrate without those flowers. He could not celebrate. The chocolates were gone. There's not many places you could go to buy these things anymore. So it was a fight, straight up and down. It was a straight up and down fight. But let's go to hold on. A specific scripture that just popped in my head. Hold on. No, that's not it either. And the thing is, hold on. Oh man, I can't find it. I know it's in the Apocrypha. Oh man, I can't find it. That was just something that popped in my head anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's about how you raise your kids. You're supposed to raise your kids in a manner that's suited for the law. You know what I'm saying? Bow their heads, make them submit. You got to make them submit towards the law. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to my plan. You know what I'm saying? Where I planned on going. You know what I'm saying? Which is in Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. And let's go to 56. Deuteronomy 28, verse 56. And it reads, the tender and delicate woman among you, which will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Like this is the state of our women back then. They were very tender, delicate, soft, precious, feminine. That's what they were back then. But something happened, something changed, and that's due to oppression. That's due to our enemies. That's due to our oppressors just banging on our women, banging on us. You know what I'm saying? Destroying our family structure, destroying us as a people. You know what I'm saying? Let me continue. Her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Her eye was going to be evil towards her son and her daughter. You know what I'm saying? Towards her young ones. It was going to be evil towards them. And that's all you see nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Mothers literally competing with their daughters, which makes no sense if you ask me. It's utter madness. Literally competing with their daughters. You know what I'm saying? Literally ain't training their daughter in no way how she should go. Literally trying to compete with her, dress like her, probably talking to the same boys she talking to. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the world that we live in. But these women still want to be honored on Mother's Day when they're ugly monsters. They're abusing their daughters. You know how many women sold their children for drugs? You know how many women knowingly and willingly gave their children up to be sexually abused? You know how many women have abused or sexually abused their own children? Sticking them in closets for hours, abandon. You know how many women abandon their children? And those children still got to honor their parents. But it's not deserving. It's not deserving. But you do the righteous thing. You do what's righteous and still honor that woman. She may be ugly. She may be vile. She may be a disgusting human being, but that's still your mother. You know what I'm saying? She may did you dirty in all types of ways that you deem as unforgivable. But you better get over it and learn to forgive your mother. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was bringing out early at the beginning of this class. Because you deem it not to be so don't mean it shouldn't be so. You know what I'm saying? She's still your mother. Still honor her. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of the curses that was put on our people. This is one of the curses that was put on our people to that our women will be doing this. That our women will be destroyed to the point that their children will become their enemies. That their children, she will literally have animosity and hatred towards her children. She will literally start doing things to her children that is not of the law. Selling them for drugs. You know what I'm saying? Torturing them. You know what I'm saying? Abusing them. Giving them to violent, disgusting other men. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them ways that is not of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know how many women I know that promotes their daughter to have these OnlyFans and all that, promotes their daughters to be whores, promotes their daughters to be prostitutes. Not too long ago, there was a famous mother and daughter team in Boston that used to just do all types of wild stuff, pretend like they were sexually involved with each other. They probably were, because the daughter looked destroyed anyway. The mother, darn, it was destroyed too. They were destroyed too. They were making all types of videos promoting their madness. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. And I'm pretty sure she was getting Mother's Day gifts yesterday too. And that daughter who probably had kids by some dude that her mother messed with or sold her for drugs is probably getting Mother's Day gifts too. And the cycle's going to continue. The cycle's going to get repeated till we all come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Any questions, type them on in. Type them on in. But let me continue. And toward the young one that cometh out from her between her feet. She has hatred for the one that comes out between her feet. Let's deal with this on a scientific promotion. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native women suffer from postpartum depression quite vastly more than our oppressors do. You know what I'm saying? We suffer from it for multiple reasons. You know what I'm saying? And that's one way, but we're also aborting our kids more. Well, I wouldn't say more, but we are aborting our kids at an alarming rate. Alarming rate. Over 350 aborted kids last year. Almost a half a mil every year before that. That is alarming. That is frightening. You know what I'm saying? Between Black and Hispanic. So we're going to get into it. Let's get into these statistics real quick. Let's look into some abortion statistics. The Guttmacher Institute is a statistic. How do I put it? They they record statistics for multiple scientific things. You know what I'm saying? And this is the Guttmacher Institute, abortion rates by race and ethnicity. It was made on October 19, 2017. That is almost 3 years ago. Literally about 2.5 years ago. This is the statistics as of 2.5 years ago. All right? It's lucky, y'all. Abortion rates continue to vary by race and ethnicity. Right? And and lack of access to health insurance and health care plays a role, as do racism and discrimination. Now, they actually are hand in hand with Planned Parenthood, and they are stating this. You know what I'm saying? Abortion rates per thousand women age 15 to 44. So that's the limit. But we know people are having abortion before 15 and after 44 years old. But this is only talking about women that's 15 to 44 years old. And look who's at the top. Look who's at the top. Black non-Hispanic going at 27.1 per thousand women. You know what I'm saying? Hispanic 18.1. You know, we go hand in hand. They number two. Then you have other non-Hispanic and whites are at the bottom. Whites are at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Other non-Hispanic, that includes all other races. You know what I'm saying? That includes so-called Asian, so-called East Indian, so-called African. That includes everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's not white or black or Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? The source of that was Jones RK and German population group, abortion rates and lifetime incidence, abortion rates. Matter of fact, let's look into that. Population group abortion rates and lifetime incidence of abortion between 2008 and 2014. Objection. This is the point of why they're doing this study, to assess the prevalence of abortion among population groups and changes in rates between 2008 and 2014. You know what I'm saying? The results between 2008 and 2014, the abortion rates declined 25% from 19.4 to 14.6 per thousand women. You know what I'm saying? That's per thousand women, but the drop wasn't within us. The drop was mostly between Caucasians and all the other races. The abortion rate for adolescents aged 15 to 19 year declined 46%. The largest of any group, abortion rate declined for all racial and ethnic groups, but were larger for non-white women than for non-Hispanic women, white women. Although the abortion rate decreased 26% for women with incomes less than 100% of federal poverty level. This population had the highest abortion rate of all the groups. So if you were poor, you still having a high abortion rate. 36.6% is the 2014 age specific abortion rate prevailed. That means 24% of women aged 15 to 44 years in that year will have an abortion by age 45. So most women will have an abortion by the age of 45. You know what I'm saying? Most women will have that abortion. And this is what y'all honor on this Mother's Day. This is what y'all honor on Mother's Day. That's exactly what y'all honor on Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 15. Give y'all some time to get there as I get there myself. Okay, Isaiah 45 and 15. Can a woman forget her sucking child? It's a question. Can a woman forget her sucking child? Can a woman forget that child that she nurtured for however so long? Can she forget her? For some reason it's happening. Some reason we are forgetting, the mother is forgetting and neglecting her children. You know what I'm saying? For some reason. Let's continue. That she should not have compassion on her son of her womb. Do these women have compassion on their children? Do they have compassion on them? I'm hearing about mothers sending their children to jail, selling them for drugs, fighting them. I see mothers and daughters fighting. Where's the compassion? Where's the law? Abandonment, you know what I'm saying? Abuse. Where's the compassion? You know what I'm saying? Yay, they may forget. Yeah, we may forget. Those women definitely forgot. But guess what? Guess what? Yet will I not forget thee. The Most High won't forget. The Most High won't forget. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're doing what's right. Especially if you're doing what's right. You know what I'm saying? And that's something heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to continue. That's why you literally got to continue honoring your mother and father so the Most High won't forget us. So the Most High will remember us. So the Most High will take care of us. You know what I'm saying? Right now, right now it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? We wonder why we're in this condition right now because we're not honoring our mother and father. And our mother and fathers ain't taking care of us as the law dictates for them to do that. That's why we are in the situations we are in. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that real quick. Drop that real quick. Let's go to Lamentations 4 and 3. Give you a second to get there with us. Bear with me a sec. All right. Salakia. But Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. Even the sea monsters, you know what I'm saying, draw out the breast. They take care of their babies. They nurse their babies. They feed their baby. They'll do all types of, you know what I'm saying, mothering things for their baby, which is a beautiful thing, right? Even the sea monsters do that. But let's continue. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel. We have become cruel. Our daughters have become cruel. We are chasing dreams that are not of ours. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be like the oppressor. We're trying to do everything they do. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be just like them, doing all types of madness that they created. But let's continue. But the daughter of my people is become cruel. Who's the people that he's talking about? Daughter of my people. This is a possessive noun. Daughters of my people. He's talking about the daughters of Israel now. Who is cruel to their children than us, than our women? This is something that Black Girl Magic will never admit. Black Girls Rock will never admit this. But black women are very cruel to their children. And that was taught to us through slavery and our oppressors. And it's built in through fear. It's built in through fear. They fear this, they fear that. They don't want to lose this, they don't want to lose that. You know what I'm saying? I remember growing up, due to fear, the house only got cleaned when it was time for an inspection. We lived in a dirty house most of the time, but when it's inspection time, that's when things got clean. That's when things got clean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's like that today. You know what I'm saying? Daughters of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. Ostriches, I don't know if you noticed, but they put their eggs in the ground and then they end up smashing the eggs with their feet because they forget where it was. They forgot about their child, so they end up crushing the egg out of their stupidity. Because you know, ostriches are one of the dumbest birds out there, and they would literally crush the eggs of their own children. That's cruel. You know what I'm saying? The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. That's neglect if I ever heard it. You know what I'm saying? That's neglect if I ever heard it, literally. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. They can't even eat. No eating, no drinking. Nobody's taking care of these children anymore. Ain't teaching them no law, statutes, and commandments. These children are out here dolo. You know what I'm saying? Out here dolo. And this and Mother's Day still expect you to be spread it. No, no, no. Don't celebrate it. Get back into these law, statutes, commandments where you can honor your mother every day and teach her how to deserve it. Teach her how to earn such an honor. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 7:27. Bear with me. All right. Everything went through. Ecclesiasticus 7:27. Honor Salakia. Matter of fact, no, I ain't gonna start ahead. That's no. Let's start ahead. Let's start ahead. Let's jump up a bit. Ecclesiasticus 7:26. Now this is for you brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? Which is important that you choose the women you have kids with, that you lay down with very carefully. It's not even about choosing the woman you have kids with. Choosing the woman that you have sex with very carefully. Because sex results in children. So you just shouldn't be laying with any and everything out there. But be careful who you lay with. Scrutinize that woman. See what her mind state like. See if you can handle the problem that comes with her. If not, leave her alone. Don't deal with her because you're going to have a whole problem for the rest of your life. And here it is. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Do you have a wife that thinks like you? Do you have a wife that do the things that you do, that wants the things that you want, that's willing to work with you on all things? You know what I'm saying? Does she have the beliefs you have? You know what I'm saying? Or you just lusting after her because she got a fat behind and some big breasts? What you doing? Do you have a wife after your own mind? Because remember, sex is marriage. So anybody you have sex with, according to the scriptures, is your wife. That's why you got to choose carefully because there's no divorcing in the scriptures either. If she ain't having sex with another man, you cannot leave her. You know what I'm saying? So hast thou wife after thy own mind? Forsake her not. If you do, forsake her not. You know what I'm saying? But give not thyself over to a light woman. So this is the important thing. Don't give yourself over to a light woman. What's a light woman? A light woman is somebody who don't take things serious. They don't take this life serious. A light woman is those women that's twerking on Instagram right now some that takes the things that you believe in lightly, that's fully against the scriptures. That's what a light woman is. You know what I'm saying? A light woman would teach her kids that it's okay to go twerking. You know what I'm saying? A light woman would teach her kids that you got to do what you got to do to get that money. A light woman will promote for her son to sell drugs, do drugs, whatever, so forth and so on. That's what a light woman is. That's very dangerous to lay with. Because now you're going to have a woman that could utterly destroy your kids. Not just your kids, could utterly destroy you. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it a little more. Hold on. Salakia. Verse 27. Honor thy father with thy whole heart. It's for you brothers out there. Honor your father. You know what I'm saying? I know that woman that you celebrated yesterday talked a whole lot of jibber jabber about him, but you don't know the truth. You got to hear his side first. If it wasn't for him, you would not be here today. And if he didn't leave, who knows what he would have done to that woman. So give that man some props for having the courage to leave her where she be. Because the simple fact, if he didn't, he'd probably be in jail. She'd probably be dead, and you'd be an orphan in the system. You'd be an orphan in the system, and everything else would be just going downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? And forget not the sorrows of thy mother. Don't forget the sorrows of your mother. Your mother goes through a lot. She's oppressed in the system. Your mother probably didn't want to kick that man out of the house, but the only way that she could get that welfare, only way she could get those food stamps was denying his existence, was making sure he was not in the picture. You know what I'm saying? So you can't forget your mother's sorrow. She's been through a lot too. So honor thy mother. Give her the respect she deserves. Because if it wasn't for her taking care of you when you were little, you would not be here. If it wasn't for your father choosing that woman to lay with, you would not be here. Period. So no matter how you feel about how they treated you, just understand this. It's of God. It's literally of God. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's get a little more. Let's get a little more. Slocky, bear with me. This one I wanted. Hold on. Hold on. Here it is. Here. No, that's not it. Bear with me one sec. Here's the thing that's going to kill Mother's Day. Let me type it in for you real quick. I'm going to end it with this. Nope, 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 nope. Do I want to start at 34 though? Hold on. Yeah, I want to start at 34. Actually, I'm not even going to end it. I'm going to have one more after this. Oh, I know, percentage. Okay. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. See, this is a common misconception. These are literally Christ's words right here. It said, think not that I come to send peace on earth. Everybody thinking that Christ is some peaceful, all loving, you know what I'm saying, entity, when he's literally saying right here, think not that I come to send peace on earth. Why would he say, think not that I come to send peace on earth? Because the simple fact is, he knew it would be commonly taught, it would be a common misconception. And he's telling us to not think this. He knew it would be widely taught that he is coming to do this. But he's saying he's not coming to send peace. Let's continue. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Christ ain't coming to send peace. He's coming with a sword. He's coming with a blade. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down sword. Let's continue. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother. You know what I'm saying? We read this earlier. We read how the house was going to be at war with each other. And this truth that we learn is what causes that. The truth of these law, statutes, and commandments is literally what causes that to happen. It causes a family to be at variance with each other, which it should. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into why it should too. But and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. We read that. A man's foe shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me. Now remember, love is how may I say it? It's subjective. It's saying don't. It's not saying hate your mother and father, but it's saying he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. You are not worthy of Christ. What does that mean? You gotta remember, these law, statute, commandments are the most important thing. That's what Christ came to teach. He came to teach these law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not willing to stand on this, stand on these law, statutes, and commandments more than anything, you are not worthy of him. Remember, one of those law, statutes, commandments is not to follow the ways of the heathen. We ain't supposed to be doing what they're doing. We're not supposed to be doing what they do. So to follow their ways is against him. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me continue. And he that loveth son and daughter more than me is not worthy of me. This ain't telling you to hate your kids either. It's not telling you to hate your family. But there's a scale. Everybody has to have an honor and principle and standards. And if you're not standing on them standards, your whole structure will fall anyway. You know what I'm saying? Your whole everything that you're working for will fall regardless. You know what I'm saying? Huh. Hold on. Bear with me one sec. Bear with me one sec.
Oh, did it feel good?
Okay, we're gonna go to Genesis. No, I mean not Genesis. Hold on. What am I talking about? Matthew 12. No, let's do the none of the Matthew version's good enough. Where should I start? Where should I start? Okay, let's start at 12 and 46. We're gonna end it with this right here. What happened? Oh, this thing crashed on me. But I want to say it again so y'all can catch on. Matthew chapter 12, verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. So Christ is doing his thing. He's teaching the people, standing amongst his disciples, teaching. You know what I'm saying? Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. So he's telling them, one came up to Christ like, yo, your mother and your brother, they're out here looking for you. And they want to holler at you real quick. They want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And check out Christ. Christ was a gangster, man. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? Christ is asking him a question. Who's my mother? Who's my brother? Christ knows who his mother and his brother is. But this is going a little spiritual. He's about to go into a little lesson real quick. And he stretched forth his hands towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brother. That's what he did. You know what he's saying when he did that? And this chat crashed, and I don't even know if y'all can hear me now. It crashed on me. But let me just finish it up. He stretched out his hand like, look, these are my mother and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, because he ain't talking about his father, Joseph. Not talking about his father, Joseph. He said, do the will of my Father, which is in heaven. The same as my mother. I mean, the same as my brother and sister and mother. You know what I'm saying? That's the family. You know what I'm saying? With that, I want to end the class. That's Shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat.